This 17 News at Noon podcast is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Welcome back to the 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Well, good day. I'm Elena Rusk. Bakersfield police investigating a threat directed at 2 local Catholic schools. Last night, the Diocese of Fresno's education staff and faculty here in the Bakersfield area were made aware of a threat of violence through social media toward graduates of Garces Memorial High School and St. Francis School. The Office of Education and the Bakersfield Catholic Schools say they are working with law enforcement to monitor the situation closely, and the diocese says any threat to student safety is handled with urgency and care. All diocese schools in the area have been placed on high alert. We will share more information as we learn it today on KGET.com. Well, now to the school shooting in Nashville as thousands of protesters gathered together for a gun reform rally at the Tennessee State Capitol today after 3 children and 3 adult staff members were killed Monday in one of Tennessee's deadliest shootings. NBC's Lindsay Reiser is in Nashville with the latest.
Today's rally was actually organized by a mom who obviously saw what happened in her community Monday, put the flyer out immediately, and a few thousand showed up. Some are out here, here in this main atrium. Some people went upstairs to be in the gallery while lawmakers are conducting business. They've been singing songs, they've been chanting, and essentially their goal here is to confront lawmakers as they do their business. Many people say they want their kids protected. They want some kind of reform. We know that there are several bills going through the General Assembly here in the state that would expand gun access. So many people hoping today that those pause and that some kind of gun control is passed. Of course, time will tell if the people showing up today, if this demonstration does impact the work. But so far it has been very peaceful. Many parents have come out with their children and signs trying to push their lawmakers for some kind of change. We're in Nashville. Lindsay Reiser, NBC News.
Meanwhile, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy was asked about gun violence issues at an event today, and here was his response.
But one thing I will tell you, it's not just legislation that solves these problems. Collectively as a nation, we're going to have to come together. We watched times when an own family member would call the FBI warning of the signs of someone we saw. And we watched that child go shoot a school too. We don't want to miss opportunities to stop what just happened. And we'll do our job.
Well, now to the murder case of missing boys Orrin and Orson West. And as an officer is on the witness stand, and jurors have listened to a nearly 2-hour recording of a police interview of the boys' adoptive father, Trezell West. West and his wife Jacqueline charged with killing the boys in 2020, even though their bodies have never been found. In that police interview, Trezell West is shown speaking calmly, laughing at times, as he gave law enforcement details of his life with his wife and their 6 kids leading up to the disappearance of the 2 youngest boys. Then the interview takes a sharp turn. "You have not been honest," an officer says on the tape. He tells West officers have spoken with his other children and their stories match. They hadn't seen Orrin and Orson in weeks. He says the boys were never at the home the day the Wests say they disappeared. "You know where they're at," the officer tells West. "You haven't even shed a tear." We'll continue to follow this case in real time today as the West attorneys get an opportunity to cross-examine this officer, and you can follow along on our website, KGET.com. And continuing your 17 Court Watch, a man has pleaded no contest to voluntary manslaughter in the stabbing death of his father last year. On June 13th, Bakersfield police say 38-year-old Daniel Schultz Alvarez fatally stabbed 71-year-old Richard Daniel Alvarez Jr. at their apartment on South Real Road. Schultz Alvarez told police he was carrying 2 knives and was about to make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches when he tripped and fell, stabbing his father in the leg and stomach. Later, he told investigators he's schizophrenic and had been under the control of evil spirits. In court yesterday, Schultz Alvarez pleaded no contest, and a charge of first-degree murder was dismissed, according to court records. He faces 11 years in prison at his sentencing on April 27th.
Hello, this is Tim Callahan with Clinica Sierra Vista, and we're excited to unveil the Community Health Center of the Future, our comprehensive care center. It's located right across the street from Memorial Hospital. We have every service under one roof, from family medicine, OBGYN care, dental services for adults and children, behavioral health, and much more. So find your way to better care at Clinica Sierra Vista this year at our comprehensive care center. Visit our website, clinicasierravista.org, for the latest on this project. We'll see you soon.
In 17 Business News, all month long, Jersey Mike's collected donations for our local Ronald McDonald House, all of it leading up to yesterday's big day of giving. And today we're learning in total they raised more than $48,000. 100% of those sales go to the Ronald McDonald House here in Bakersfield, serving local families with hospitalized pediatric or NICU patients, giving them a place to stay and warm meals to eat. Since 2011, Jersey Mike's Month of Giving has raised more than $60 million for charities across the country. And happening today, you can show your support for local veterans with a donation drive-by event happening at the Chewy's on Rosedale Highway. Beginning at 4 p.m., just swing on by to support the vets by honking your horn and dropping some cash to go toward Honor Flight Kern County. This fundraiser will help pay for local World War II, Korean, and Vietnam veterans to go to Washington, D.C. to see their memorials and to receive honor for their military service. The next honor flight departs Meadows Field on April 18th with a welcome home ceremony to follow on April 20th. Also happening today, the Bakersfield Sister City Project presents a celebration of music and friendship featuring the Wakaima Children's Choir singing with Centennial High Singing Hawks Chamber Singers. Admission is free. That concert begins at 7 p.m. at the Centennial High Auditorium on Hageman Road. And happening tomorrow, it is the culmination of a month-long campaign to raise awareness about human trafficking here in our community. Project Rescue will hold their 9th annual Red Bucket Day from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. at businesses across town, collecting donations for the Kern Coalition Against Human Trafficking, supporting their efforts to help victims of trafficking right here in Kern County. To donate tomorrow, just stop by Luigi's Restaurant, Hodell's, or the Sully's Chevron locations on Coffee Drive at Stockdale and on Ming Avenue at Buena Vista. And looking ahead to this weekend, we are gearing up for Dancing at the Stars. It is a fundraiser and dance competition, of course, for the Stars Theater. There are 7 local celebrities paired with local professional choreographers. The winner of Dancing at the Stars goes to the team who can raise the most money. Voting is live now through Saturday. $1 equals 1 vote with a $5 minimum. You can tune in to watch the competition then Saturday evening as we live stream the event on our KGET Facebook page, supporting all the dancers, including our very own Erica Torres. You don't have to attend to be able to vote or donate. Just go to bmtstars.com. All right, let's take a quick look at the latest COVID-19 case numbers here locally as Kern County Public Health updated their dashboard this morning to reflect 336 new positive cases and 4 new deaths. Public Health reports 71% of all cases are unvaccinated, with 83% of hospitalizations and 85% of deaths among those who have not received the vaccine. And now to our 17 follow-up file, as today marks 10 weeks since 2 Bakersfield police officers were involved in a crash in Lamont that killed a man and seriously injured a woman. That crash happening back on January 19th in the area of a pursuit involving another officer and a stolen pickup. Lawyers allege the officers had their lights and siren off when they failed to stop at a stop sign and T-boned another vehicle, killing 31-year-old Mario Lares and leaving Ana Hernandez with major injuries. In February, the California Highway Patrol issued a warrant for the medical records of Hernandez, plus the records of BPD officers Ricardo Robles and Travion Cobbins, to possibly charge the driver of the police car with felony gross vehicular manslaughter. Last week, we reported a claim was filed against the city of Bakersfield on behalf of the victims' families, seeking an unspecified amount of money in general and special damages. For weeks now, the Highway Patrol has declined to answer our questions about this incident, including which officer was driving, whether the officers were wearing safety belts, if the police car's emergency lights and siren were activated, and if anyone involved in the crash was given a drug or alcohol test. We will continue to follow this story and bring you updates as we uncover them on our website, kget.com. Well, now to the California Capitol. In a show of true bipartisanship yesterday, all 52 members of California's congressional delegation signed a letter to President Biden asking him to approve our state's request for a major disaster declaration. The letter cites the nearly uninterrupted storms that have slammed California over the last several weeks, on top of earlier storms from December into January. The impact of this extreme weather has caused widespread flooding, landslides, power outages, damage to roads and buildings. The approval of the declaration would provide our state with direct federal assistance along with hazard mitigation.
The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.